Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. And this time we take a look at the 1996 Nismo 400R. Of course, because this is a Skyline in this game, it has to have a duplicate. In this case, there is two Nismo 400Rs in the game. There's this one, the normal road-going one, and there is the prototype, or preceding model as it's called in the base game, which is a silly name. What's the difference? One only comes in yellow, and this one comes in other colours and has a race mod. So basically get this one. This one is a little bit harder to earn. You have to do the tuned Turbo Cup as opposed to the 4-wheel drive challenge, which is a fixed spawn of the prototype. Whereas this is on one of those weird get any free price cars, which I hate, but that's the situation with this one. Yeah, it does have a very cool looking race mod, so I do suggest this one. You can either go yellow and black, which is usually what I'd go for, or this grey and red, which I think looks fantastic. Especially the little sort of strips. Obviously, they're supposed to be sponsor logos and they didn't have the resources to put them in properly. But I think it looks almost quite cyberpunky with those strips on it. It is very cool. Yeah, Skylines aren't the quickest around this course, so I'm not really sure what this is going to do. I think it's going to be on the quicker side of Skylines, especially the R33s. But we will see. 4-wheel drive, 652 horsepower, 1,323 kilos, which is pretty light for an R33. Anyways, this car is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi GTO LM Edition 99. That car set a time of 27.017. The Nismo 400R unlikely to beat that. In terms of where this is going to go, quickest R33 is, ironically enough, the 4-door, the 40th anniversary. That car set a time of 29.068. Don't really know why that one's quicker than the rest of them, but it is. Quickest Skyline Coupe sort of overall road-going version is the R34. That car set a time of 29.068. So, yeah, that is the Skyline breakdown for you there. I will say, on my first impressions of this does not feel like a normal Skyline. Skyline's okay. It isn't a normal Skyline. It is a beast of a car. 28.434 on its first flyer. Wow, that is quick. Yeah, this drives nice for an R33, for a Skyline even. Obviously we've only had one R34, but no, this drives really nice. It drives really planted. That's the vibe I'm getting off this, is planted. Usually these cars aren't, or they are okay. You know, they're just very rear-wheel drive bias. Maybe don't go there. They are very rear-wheel drive bias, which isn't great. They can also feel a little bit, so they can feel a bit slidey. Another thing, which this does suffer from actually, gearboxes. You can sort of see here, on these sort of low-speed, almost 180-degree turns, the second gear just isn't quite in the boost range for the car to take off, which is a bit of a shame, but it's not too bad. Hopefully I could get a decent final lap so we can actually see sort of what time this car's supposed to be getting. I think that run up on that first lap where I took that sort of final corner really really wide actually helped it quite a bit. It's getting through here without sliding too much is the problem. Now, the good news with sliding, you want a bit of rear end swing with these cars. No, that was bad because I hit the wall. Yeah, you want a bit of rear end swing on these cars so they can sort of engage the turbo a little bit better, but yeah. That was a shocking performance from me, if I do say so myself. That was not good at all. That could go quicker. There is no doubt in my mind that could go quicker. It's just yeah, didn't do myself any favours there. In fact, I didn't even get close on any of the other laps. That's really embarrassing. Oh well. It set a good time anyway, so we will take that 28.434, but yeah, I don't know, maybe it was that first sort of lap swing. You can see I got close on lap 6 in Sector 1. If we didn't have that off in Sector 2, maybe it would have been alright, but yeah, not too sure on that one. Anyways, a 28.4, what was it? 28.434 will place this car into 29th. Goes in between the Nissan 300ZX FedEx and the Evo 5 GSR. It's quicker than that. It's quicker than a Roof Turbo R, quicker than a Spas F1, quicker than the Impreza WRX STI Sedan version 5, which means it's quicker than all of the Impreza sedans that have gone around so far, which is very, very impressive. Yeah, it's a really good car. I'm a bit, like I say, I'm a bit pissed, to be honest. I think that could go a little bit. I think you could push into the 28.3s. In terms of matching something like the Audi S4, 28.332, CTR2, 28.3, GTO Twin Turbo MR, 28.26. I don't think it's quite got the pace for that. I don't think the gearbox is quite set up for that. This with a racing gearbox, I mean, I'd put at least half a second on it up the road. So, you know, towards stuff like the Nissan R390 GT1, I think it could get up there. But, yeah, as it stands sort of standard, I still think it set a pretty good time. And, I mean, I have to remind you, even though it only got one real lap in there, it's half a second up the road from the R34. Like, that is tremendously quick from the Nismo 400R. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.